Welcome to Bad Influence. If you've ever copied a game, you've broken the law. This week we explain the rights and the wrongs of piracy.
And our main review is Yoshi's Safari on the SNES. Yup, at last another Super Scope game. And how I used a computer to design a stylish Bad Influence dress.
But first, ever fancied yourself as a TV director? You have? Then step in here. As far as directing is concerned, this is where it all happens. Directing in television is an easy job. You sit in a chair like this, you look at a bank of monitors, and you let the vision mixer do it all for you. Brenda is our Bad Influence vision mixer, and she uses this great bank of switches and buttons to choose what you see at home, whether that's cameras, or Z's Fun from America, or the reviews, or whatever. So how does it all work then, Brenda?
Right, this is a basic cut where picture changes. This is a mix where it dissolves.
Right.
That's a wipe.
That's good.
A bit jazzier wipe. And an even nicer one.
Terrific. To be honest, vision mixing is one of the hardest jobs in telly, and if you've got a Mega CD, you can try it at home now. This system over here will let you make your own pop promos or videos for C&C Music Factory. It contains video footage from C&C's own videos, and also some sort of wacky black and white footage from vintage films. The setup is very similar to what we've got in the gallery here, but on a smaller scale. The pictures at the bottom are what you've got to choose from, A, B and C, and the one at the top is what you're recording, and you just cut between them by pressing A, B or C on your controller. So we go B, C. There are also effects, just like in real telly. You can slice the picture up like that, or you could make it all smeary like that, and you can even put the lyrics on if you want to. It's a bit basic though, and it does get boring very quickly, especially if you don't like C&C Music Factory's music, and I'm not their greatest fan at all. There are other discs available though, with music from In Excess and Criss Cross, but the only difference between those discs and this one is the songs. And the worst thing is you can't speed up the process at all. It takes ages. You've got to watch the video all the way through when you make it, and then all the way through at the end. Not brilliant actually, but there's my effort. Vision mixing team, what do we think?
Rubbish!
Yeah, well, thanks very much. All right then, we'll stand by camera 2, stand by Violet. Cut to camera 2, cue Violet.
If you've got one of these, a Super Scope for the SNES, you're probably fed up with playing the same old games that you got with it last Christmas. Eyes peeled then for our main review, Yoshi's Safari, the first brand new Super Scope game in ages. Here's the hail.
People who bought Super Scopes originally have had a very long wait for a new game, so Yoshi's Safari's got a lot riding on it. This is the stage select screen where you can choose one of 7 stages to do in any order. I'm doing level 2, all the others are familiar Mario settings as well. In this game you play Mario riding on Yoshi's back around the land. You have to shoot all the Goombas and Koopas. If you shoot them you get coins. If Yoshi accidentally gets hit by a Koopa, then he gets dazed. Also, if you shoot him by accident, he gets a little plaster on the back of his head. This is the end of level boss for level 2. To destroy him you have to shoot the pink sphere on his back, and also the green fireballs he fires at you. It takes absolutely ages to destroy, just like all the other bosses in this game. It gets really, really boring after a while. Hero got through to stage 3. The gate I'm about to blast lets me choose different routes to finish the level. I also have to jump over these ice barriers. If you don't actually make the jump, then you skid over the ice and it drains your energy quite a lot. The game scrolls like Mario Kart, but it's nowhere near as much fun to play. In this game there's nothing to do but shoot. This is definitely the best game on the Super Scope so far. That's not really saying much if you've seen the others. Overall, this is a really tedious game.
It's a good blast, but not very challenging. This is the first decent game for Super Scope, but it's not to standards of the other Mario games.
And so the final scores for Yoshi's Safari. The girls gave it an excellent 4 out of 5, but the boys only an average 3 out of 5.
Ah, hello depressing footers. I'm really depressed and I've written a blues song. I woke up this morning, all crumpled in the sheets. I woke up this morning, ready to do some cheats. I'm feeling really bad, it's so sad, yeah. I'm in a huff, so here's a cheat for Tough Enough on the SNES. All you have to do is press start to get to the mode selection screen, like so. And then press left, 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 right, 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 and then left 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can now scroll through all of the characters like this. Brilliant! What a great cheat! Woke up this morning, feeling so happy. I mean, I was really depressed, obviously, actually.
Okay, kids, get them while they're hot. I've got Zool 2 for a £5. No, I'm robbing myself. 4 quid, no, 3, 2 quid, 2 quid, and I'll give you 3 for a £5. Salt to the boy in the green t-shirt.
Actually, it's illegal to copy discs, let alone sell the copies.
Yeah, well, I was just kidding. Actually, Violet's right, piracy is against the law, and you can get into serious trouble if you get involved in it. This was a raid organised by the police at a car boot sale last year. Markets and car boot sales are the main outlet for pirated games, and it's big business. So far this year, 47,000 pirate discs have been seized. Programmers have come up with different ways to protect their software. There's the code wheel, of course, and we've all spent hours and hours flicking through a manual looking for keywords. There's also protection built into the software. The protection that's been built in can be taken out.
Although this disc is copy protected, a copy program like this one can copy everything on it onto a blank disc. The result? A perfect copy, but with the protection still in it. Now, what I've just done is strictly illegal, so I'm going to destroy the copied disc.
It's a vicious circle. People say the games are too expensive, but the games manufacturers say that for every 1 floppy disk sold at full price in a shop, there are 8 or 9 copies in circulation. That's why fewer and fewer games are being developed for floppy disks. And if you've got any copied games at home, you're breaking the law too. So what you should do with them is chuck them in the bin.
I've decided to get into the fashion business and design my very own bad influence frock. This is a crucial part of the process. I'm being pinned by Nicola for a prototype of my new design. It's always done in this plain fabric as the real stuff's too expensive to risk cutting if it's not right. However, here at Nottingham Trent University, they minimise the risk of mistakes as most of the process is computerised. Earlier on, I began designing this dress. Not just the shape of it, but the pattern on the pattern on the fabric too. I'm using our Bad Influence logo to create a new design. First I scan it into the computer, then it's ready for me to play about with and place it anywhere I want. I've decided on this repeat design, and I can now check out how the fabric will move. The next step is to send it to a special printer, which will print out directly onto fabric. And now for the exciting bit, designing the shape of the dress. This software already has a library of pattern pieces, so I can choose one that's close to the dress that I want and alter it to suit. First I can see what the pieces will look like in 3D. I'm not happy about the shape here, so I've come back to the flat pattern pieces to alter them. I'm definitely shortening the length, and I want to change the position of the darts and the shape of the neckline. Lastly, I'm checking out how the pattern on the fabric will match up on the joins, so I'm not wasting any fabric when I cut it out. The beauty of this program is I can have my own personalised pattern pieces plotted out for me. After all that pinning, Nicola's decided to plunge in and cut the real fabric. She's a lot more confident than I am. The one part of the whole fashion business as yet untouched by computers is the catwalk model, but even that's about to change. This is Gloria. She doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and she doesn't have tantrums. She also walks a bit funny, but there's a good reason for that. When the researchers at Nottingham started to create Gloria, the only visual references they could find were these pictures, taken over 100 years ago by a motion picture pioneer called Edward Muybridge. They mapped each frame individually into the computer and came up with Gloria. Add a catwalk, camera angles and lights, and you got yourself a revolutionary new way to model clothes. And now Gloria's being improved.
When we took a model that was built from the outside, it's a bit like a Cindy doll or an action man, and all the movement is rather plastic and wooden. So what we've been doing is animating a body by taking a skeleton and making a skeleton walk, adding flesh to that skeleton, adding muscles to the flesh, and we see then that when a head moves round, for example, the neck muscles will move with the body. The whole intention is to make it flow, to make our movement as natural as possible.
Gloria and I may have a long way to go, but watch out, Naomi Campbell, you've got competition.
Yes, well, I don't think think Jean-Paul Gaultier, El Fatigues, I think I've got too much to worry